Alright. Shima game from last year. Divisioned up with Statement, who I think plays in CGL now. I think it's CGL. And Smurfling, who's in MIA. And actually, I just played a game with him the other day. So, 3DD division. This game's from a little bit ago. Probably the end of 2017. So, don't ask me why it took me so long to get around and make a video of it, but it's a pretty good game. I think I was playing in 2DD214. Now when this went down, it looks like I was. So anyways, we're gonna rush the B cap. I accelerated the positioning here, initial positioning, just to get us fast forward a little bit. This is a relatively short game, and I kind of vaguely remember what happened, but I'm gonna kind of work on it as I go along here. So I spoke up this Neptune as sort of a courtesy, you know, hey, hop in my smoke, leverage it. When it runs out, pop your smoke. Allows a Neptune and a Minotaur to, well, any British cruiser for that matter, or U.S. cruiser, to hide in your smoke, leverage it. When it runs out, they have theirs, instead of trying to make a hasty escape, or obviously this guy leaving in the middle here would not be very good. I don't know if you can hear my dog panting in the back, but he's I don't know what he's sniffing around for, but just ignore him. So I put out some torps on this smoke. The B cap is being contested. There's a big smoke cloud over there on the south side of it, and then there's another smoke cloud that I torped. And yeah, we got torpedoes going out. We have 2 Shimas and a Grosavoy in our division. Statement is one of the first guys I started playing with. Played with him a couple times, and we don't get together a lot anymore, unfortunately. He doesn't. Ooh, got a torp hit in the smoke, and that's a good hit. Somebody's still flooding, so they've either already burned their repair, their damage control, or they have just ignore the background sound. That's the dog. Yeah, that ship I hit is still flooding. Wow. Okay. So 1 torp out of the first spread, and we're on 29,000 damage almost. Not too shabby. And it's still going. I don't know if it hit somebody and they didn't realize they were flooding. I've actually done that a couple times. It does look like flooding's done. So somebody took 33,000 damage from 1 torp and some flooding. That's a pretty good damage roll. Unfortunately, the Neptune that I smoked up for, the dog's walking around, bumping into the desk. I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention, but he obviously got taken out and is no longer with us. We are in the process of actually capping the B cap now. It is uncontested. Both of my division mates are either in the cap or very close to the cap. So I put some torps out on that smoke again. I thought I saw somebody going into it, so I figured I'll put some torps into it. Looks like Statement does the same thing. So there is literally 30 torpedoes going into that smoke, and I'm not sure if we're going to hit anybody, but ooh, that Montana's going to get a couple. 1, 2. Yep, looks like the Montana took 2, at least 2. Took 2 of mine. I don't know how many of Statement's torpedoes. Cap is contested again. We each have 1 cap. They have a slight point advantage because they took that Neptune out. Now I smoke up, and my intention here is to get a fire on this Montana, who we know burned his damage control. And my first salvo, I get a fire. That is so ridiculous. That never happens. Here we have a Tirpitz sitting still or backing up. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Take shots at him. I'm going to keep the pressure on the Montana. We got a wounded Montana. We might want to finish him off. A lot of my team is focusing him now. And I'm going to take a couple more shots at this Tirpitz. That Montana is still on fire. He's still burning. And I get the kill. Wow. Managed to get a fire also on the Tirpitz. Tirpitz decides he's not going to sit there. So I'm going to put some torps out. Prediction is moving as if he's going to continue forward, accelerating. But I'm going to put a spread kind of across the spectrum there in case he turns back in. Or turns out for that matter. And he just damage controlled that fire. So he's susceptible to fires and floods now. And of course, the entire team is shooting at him. We got a Khabarovsk coming in. And I'm going to take a shot at him. He's a hard target to hit because of the speed. And I just missed him. Shima guns aren't too bad. But Akaba is a fast boat. And he's firing back at our Grossovoy. Take a couple more shots at him. Take a peek at the Tirpitz. Somebody got the Tirpitz on fire, so he is definitely burning. That is going to be a perma-fire. My smoke's up. Unfortunately, I fired as I was... Ooh! Tirpitz takes a torpedo in the butt. And, wow, he's still flooding. So... I'm sitting on 107,000 damage, and that's ticking up as Tirpitz floods out and goes down. And that's my second kill. We've got B and C, and wow, that escalated quickly. Unfortunately for us, we do have a Shimakaze behind us. At this point, my division decides to shift focus, and we're trying to help out this NC and this other Shima. I'm not really sure what that other Shima is doing that far behind us. I'm not sure if he went to A and got pushed all the way back, or if he's just been sitting in the back with his 20 km torps, which is probably exactly what he was doing. So, yeah, we're about 10 minutes into this game, and I'm sitting on 110k and 2 kills. And again, we see some smoke, angry smoke. So I'm going to put some torps out on that. And I smoke up myself. Unfortunately, I am located via radar as soon as I smoke up. So I get back on the gas, and my division mate put some torps out pretty close to me. He did give me a heads up, I believe. Or I actually knew they weren't enemy torpedoes because they just appeared out of nowhere and they were that close. So I think he said sorry. Yeah, he typed torps coming. Yeah, one thing that's tough about playing with Statement is I'm never on in-game audio or TeamSpeak or anything. Ooh, torpedo hit. Nice. And I get a kill, and I get... Oh, nice. Oh, 6 torpedo hits, 2 kills. We took out a North Carolina, and it looks like a Neptune. So, bam, just like that. Double strike, Confederate, and a devastating strike. Wow. Wow. That hurt their team. Now got 4 kills. I believe the Neptune went down, and that was the ship that had earlier taken the torpedo and flooded for quite a bit. I'm going to get some torpedoes out on this Alabama, but unfortunately I am spotted, and that DM is very close, so I decided to fire at him because reasons. I mean, at that point I'm not going to get away from him. I got too close and got spotted, so I might as well fire at him, see if I can get some damage. I'm going to cut away. At this point, I'm praying that they do not hit my torpedo tubes because they are almost off cooldown. And they finally come off cooldown, and the one gets reset, and the other one got damaged. Actually, I take that back. I got the first set off, I got the second set off, and then I put the third set off. And behind me is our other Shima, who's also putting torpedoes off. And this game has gone pretty good for our team. I'm radar again, and I take out the Alabama, and that's going to be the end of this game. And that is a devastating strike, Confederate, a double strike, and a Kraken in 12 minutes. And unfortunately, my teammate takes some torpedoes there. Those must have been from the Yugamo. Storm playing very aggressive. It's bound to happen. It's not like we were hiding in the back. He just was a little bit too far forward. So yeah, quick game. 209,000 damage, 5 kills, partial cap. Basically pushed into the B cap with the division and took it, held it, and defended it. So yeah, 2,409 base XP, almost 1,000 points ahead of the nearest guy. So good showing by myself and our division. We all played a part, and yeah, sunk most of the ships I came into contact with. That's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed the video. Blah, 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 blah. Like, subscribe, and all that other blah 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 YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching.